You know the drill by now. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm your host John Ski, and welcome to John Ski Writes. Today we're doing a book review once more, and we're back with Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. There's going to be a bit of fancy dress in this and a bit of role play because it is well booked there when I'm filming this. So, enjoy, click the subscribe, give it a thumbs up, like, boo, 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 boo. Help us out, spread the word, get the channel growing again, and let's get on with it. Today we're going to start off with our book review of Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. Actually, at the end of the book, not at the beginning. I actually have a interview. Well, no, it's more of a review from someone who actually was there, a Death Eater who was actually there at the Ministry of Magic that night. He's not mentioned in the book, but he was there. He was just left out. His real life events. Apparently, he was asked to do this by Lord Voldemort himself. So this should be interesting. We've never had this angle before. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what really happened at the Ministry of Magic.
I am Exelion Brown, and I am a noble and true Death Eater to the greatest and most powerful wizard of all time, the Dark Lord, Lord Voldemort. I am here. He has asked me to come to shed some truth and light. Haha, when we live in the dark. But I'm here to shed some truth and light on the true happenings that night in the Department of Mysteries at the Ministry of Magic. Because there has been some lies spread by that fool Harry Potter and that miserable old coot Albus Dumbledore. But I was there, and I will tell you the truth. And the truth is, the Dark Lord is going to get that miserable old man and that stupid boy once and for all, very soon. But let me now give you a recollection of what happened on the night in question. Some say this story has a tragic end with the death of Sirius Black, because that's what happened. Sirius Black died at the hands of my fellow Death Eater, my fellow comrade, Bellatrix Lestrange. His own cousin brought him down, sent that poor boy Harry into even more inner turmoil and grief. First he loses his parents, then his godfather, Sirius Black, and you all thought that he was on our side. Never! That preposterous fool is dead, and next is Albus Dumbledore. You see, the Dark Lord is clever and cunning, and he learned that there was a link between his great mind and that puny, pathetic thing inside of Harry's head. And he lured him to the Ministry with false dreams that his precious Sirius was being tortured and killed. Ironic that it actually ended up happening, isn't it? But what happened was we turned up and we tried to procure the prophecy that the Dark Lord wanted of himself and Harry Potter. However, Harry brought a few friends with him. Ginny Weasley, Hermione Granger, Ronald Weasley, Luna Lovegood, and Neville Longbottom. All a bunch of mudbloods and blood traitors who will get their sticky end very soon. However, on this fateful night, we did not procure the prophecy, and Lord Voldemort was very angry. Before the Dark Lord could take care of Harry, who was chasing after Bellatrix and killing Sirius. I laugh again because it's so funny. One more supposed strong wizard against us is down. No one can stand against us. No one can stand against Lord Voldemort. But as I was saying, he was chasing Bellatrix. Bellatrix lured him almost into the Dark Lord's hands. And then that stupid old man arrived with disrespect in his mouth. He said, "Tom, how dare he call my master by his muggle, mudblood, filthy name? He has denounced that name. He is our Lord Voldemort." Anyway, long story short, the Dark Lord did not run, he did not flee, he simply left the battle with Albus Dumbledore when he was about to strike him down as the Minister of Magic and a load of Aurors turned up. There was no need to fight a battle where we were outnumbered, even with the greatest Dark Lord of all time, Lord Voldemort. Yes, he is more evil than Grindelwald. People should not compare the two. Grindelwald is nothing compared to our saviour, the Dark Lord. But back to business. As I was saying, Voldemort was about to strike down that old fool and rid us of all of Harry Potter and Albus Dumbledore for once and for good. But they were interrupted. He did not flee. He simply took a new tactical advantage to strike his next move. And trust me, it will be right to the heart of the Order of Phoenix. Soon, the Dark Lord will be where he belongs, at the very top of the wizarding world. That is my recollection of the events. They are undeniable. Harry and Albus, with 1,000 billion middle nicknames, Dumbledore, have survived for now, but it's soon going to be over. Before then, I will hand you back to that fool. Let me look. I wrote it down. What was his name again? Your host, your stupid host of this show. I believe his name is Jojo Snowboard or something. No one cares what his name is. So I'll hand you back to Jojo Snowboard, that insolent fool. That is my wife. That is Catelonius Brown.
What an absolute douchey deafy that guy was. I hope he gets absolutely offed in the Battle of Hogwarts to come in the future book. So now he's dealt with and out of the picture, why don't we actually start with the book as normal from the beginning. So at the start of this one, Harry's back where he normally is for the summer at the Dursleys. It's going to be a slightly shorter version at the Dursleys than normal, and in this one he is with his cousin Dudley. They're at a park, and suddenly all the lights go out and Dudley gets a bit threatened to Harry and he gets his wand out. And Dementors have come. Dementors attack them, Harry saves them, and he then gets a letter stating that he is going to be expelled from Hogwarts. So, shouldn't have used magic, but he only did it in a life-threatening situation, and he gets to go to an appeal at the hearing. He goes to the hearing accompanied by Arthur Weasley, and he gets off. Obviously, Dumbledore turns up, and yeah, he gets off, gets to meet Dolores Umbridge. What a bitch. What a character. Probably the most hated character, I think, in the Harry Potter universe, which is kind of unique because my niece Maria, her favourite character in Harry Potter is actually Dolores Umbridge, and yet the rest of the world hates her, so clearly the rest of the world is wrong. So the main reoccurring thing through this book, I'm not going to go into too much in detail, I'm just going to get through it quickly and then do the rest of the bit at the end, but the main reoccurring thing through this this book, is Harry's having dreams that are connected to Lord Voldemort's mind, and Harry has to learn a clemency, but it's with Professor Snape. They obviously hate each other, they loathe each other. He goes into Harry's mind and Harry has to block it, and obviously Harry actually at one point goes into Snape's mind and sees it. Snape kicks him out. It doesn't go well, so he doesn't learn a clemency. So at one point in the book, Harry sees that Arthur Weasley's on duty at the Ministry of Magic and he's being attacked by a Nagini, Voldemort's snake, and nearly dies. So Harry obviously rings the bell, ding ding ding, help me, help me, help me, and they get there and they check and Arthur's alive and he's all good. And then later on, he sees that Sirius is at the thing, being tortured. He hasn't learned a clemency, so he's now seeing Sirius getting tortured. He thinks it's the same thing, doesn't realise it's a trap, as that doucheburger that spoke to you earlier, doucheburger Death Eater, told us earlier. But as he mentioned earlier, then there was a connection, and the Lord Voldemort did, yes, lure Harry there and his friends, and it was actually turned out to be lies and a trap. And Harry got his hand on the prophecy, but Lord Voldemort didn't, thankfully. And good news is Lucius Malfoy got really punished by Lord Voldemort after this. So, one douche down. So there is a fight at the end, and Sirius does die, unfortunately, which is heart-wrenching for Harry because, he's lost so much. And I don't quite think that Sirius is quite the parent role model that some people claim him to be and that. But for Harry, he was, even though he was very... I think Molly and Arthur Weasley were better parents to him than Sirius Black. But Remus Lupin, to be fair, I think was a better parent and role model than Sirius Black. But Sirius saw James in Harry, and that's why he wanted that. That's what he was longing for. He missed his best friend, and he just wanted to be a good godfather, and he sort of merged the two in his mind, I think, and that's why he wasn't the best godfather. But he didn't do anything reckless to hurt Harry. He was only thinking what was best for Harry, but it just wasn't always the correct decision, shall we say. So, yeah. But I do apologise if you can hear any banging. My wife is moving around upstairs, and she sounds like a herd of elephants when she's moving stuff around upstairs, even though she's only moving a couple of carry bags of clothes and wrapping some presents for my niece's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Isabel. Saw her in the last video. Happy birthday. It's her birthday tomorrow. And it's actually my birthday on Saturday. we're interrupting this video now, aren't we? It's my birthday on Saturday. So, you know, if you want to mention in the comments down below, happy birthday. Because this video goes out on Friday and it's my birthday the next day. And I'm going to be 21. So, clearly 21. So, okay, I'm 23. All right, I'll stop by. I'm 23. So, if you want to mention happy birthday in the comments down below, happy birthday, John. Oh, we love your channel, John. Happy birthday, John. Have a good day, John. Blah, John. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Anyway, back to the story. So, hopefully you can't hear any banging, but if you can, it's just her wrapping presents for Isabel for her birthday, and she's really, really loud. So Sirius dies, unfortunately, and then Harry shows up to Bellatrix, as that person said earlier. And, yeah, basically, Dumbledore and Voldemort fight, and I think it's a really good fight. I'd wish it was even longer, and in the film it's even shorter than it is in the book, but there's some really good bits in there, some different bits of magic that we don't see throughout any other parts of the books, where they're fighting each other, and obviously they're the two most greatest powerful minds, Grindelwald potentially thrown in there. So, yeah, so it's, you know, it's a great fight, and we don't really get to see a conclusion. I would like to think Dumbledore won, but obviously Voldemort didn't lose, so who knows, maybe Voldemort would have won. But let me just turn up and break it up, and that's basically the end of the book. They go off, and yeah. So now that's done, we're going to go through my 5 favourite things about the book to add a bit more meat into it. So I've basically skipped over most of it. So I'm going to add a bit more meat into it. We're going to go over my five, my fave 5, as Booker T would say, my fave 5 favourite things from the book. And we're going to start off, obviously, with number 5. So there's quite a few new characters in this, and at 5, one of my favourite new characters is Nymphadora Tonks. She's a good character. She can change her hair. I can't remember the name of what she is. She's not animagus. She can't change into an animal, but she can basically change like her hair and her face and stuff, which is quite a cool gimmick. I love her. Like, she's got little bits in the book. I wish she was in it more. I wouldn't say she's my favourite character in this, but she is really, really good. I really like her in this. And it's just a cool new character, something I've not done before, or something that JK hadn't done before. And yeah, I really like it. So that's number 5, Nymphadora Tonks. Boom. Number 4 is Harry is made Gryffindor Quidditch captain. I think that was right. Yeah, he's made Quidditch captain for the Gryffindor team, and he gets banned actually. After the first game. So do Fred and George, and then they have to have a completely new team for the second or third game, I think. But yeah, basically they are banned for fighting with Malfoy, because Malfoy's been an obnoxious creep as normal, and he gets in trouble, and there's some fighting and fisticuffs, and they get banned. But Harry's made Quidditch captain at the start of it, and he has to pick, and he ends up picking Ron as goalkeeper. And Ron's obviously like, he's not the greatest. He's actually a really good keeper when he's in form, but he's not the best mentally, and he doubts himself, and then it gets him into trouble and stuff. But he does all right. He gets on the team. Ginny's on the team, and yeah, it's a pretty good team, pretty solid team. And they win the first game, but then obviously they get into another fight and get themselves banned. But that was number 4. I really like that. I thought it was a good idea to put him as captain. Like, he is a great seeker, and so yeah, I like the appointment. Number 3, then, we already mentioned it slightly. Oh, sorry. Number 3. We mentioned it slightly. Number 3 is the Dumbledore Voldy fight. I really like this fight. And I wish it had gone on longer. I say it's longer than the film, but I wish it had gone longer. I'd like to see the different things they could have done to each other, you know, and it would have been really good to see, like, how their minds work. Obviously, Voldemort was using all these, like, dark elements against Dumbledore, and Dumbledore was using sort of more purer or more lighter spells, which obviously good versus evil, so it's kind of, you know, given. But it was interesting. Like, it's interesting to see some of the spells that we hadn't seen before, and so I just wish it had gone a bit longer, but great job. Great fight scene. So number 2 then is Harry and Ron are prefects. So year 5 onwards become prefects, and everyone expected to be sort of Harry and Hermione. Harry even gets a little bit annoyed that he's not him. He's like, why shouldn't it be me? You know, I fought all this stuff. Why shouldn't I be a prefect? But he doesn't want to take it away from Ron, because Ron is always overshadowed by Harry and by Hermione, his best friends, by the fact that she's so clever, one of the brightest wizards of her age, of maybe of all time. Like, she's just so knowledgeable, and Harry's obviously done all this stuff with some help from Harry and Hermione, granted, and a few others, but from Ron and Hermione. But Harry's obviously the star, he's the best friend, he's well known, all that. So he doesn't want to take it away from Ron. Ron's finally got something that, you know, is his. He's a prefect. He doesn't really want to do the prefect duties and stuff and argue with Fred and George about taking things off of them and stuff like that. But he likes, you know, ordering little kids around, get out of my chair, I'm prefect, you know, and stuff like that. So it's good. I'm glad something finally happened good to Ron. There's a lot of good stuff in the series that happened to all of them, but it's good for Ron to get like that sort of thing. He's now got a bit of power and a bit of authority, not in a negative way or a nasty way, but just to, you know, do something for Ron, you know, which wasn't surrounded by Harry and Hermione. It was purely for Ron. So I really like that. But I love that. Harry and Ron, I can't get the words right. Hermione and Ron are prefects for number 2. And then we get to number 1, number 1. I'm so multilingual, you know, just, yeah, I'm not. So number 1 is, and this is very controversial, I have mentioned it already, number 1, my favourite thing about the Order of Phoenix, and my favourite character in this book, and one of my favourite characters in the whole series, is Dolores Umbridge. I know, I don't know, maybe 90, 95, 99% of the Harry Potter fandom universe hate her guts. I love her. She's completely different. She's completely evil, but it's completely different to a way that Voldemort's evil, Lucius Malfoy's evil, Draco's evil, the Death Eaters are evil. She thinks she's good to her core, so good that she's punishing these children because these children are being bad. You know, she writes them on their hand. I must not tell lies on Harry's hand and makes him draw blood and stuff. She hides them. She bans them from this. She bans them from that. She's such a bad character, but she's so good at being a bad character while still thinking she's a good character. She's doing this for them. She's trying to improve the school and get them in line with the Ministry of Magic. You know, the way they want to be taught and the way they want to do this. And obviously they're all in denial at this point that Voldemort's even back. And I just think that Harry and that are going to, you know, raise the dead or whatever. Oh, sorry, raise the dead, raise up against the Ministry. But it's insane. But I absolutely love her character. She's my niece's favourite character and actually one of my favourite characters. So yeah, what on Maria, good call. I think she's fantastic. And it's just the way she does the thing. Like she's got her like prim and proper, you know, like you know, little giggles and to herself. And I love one of the scenes actually, which I've not mentioned yet, where her and McGonagall are arguing and McGonagall's not taking no for an answer, but she's not taking no for an answer, and it's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, so number 1, best thing about this book, Dolores Umbridge. Comment below what are your favourite moments in the Order of Phoenix, what are your favourite characters in the Order of Phoenix, you know. Is it Dolores Umbridge? Are we actually a bigger majority than we thought? I doubt it, but let me know. And now for the rating, and my rating's obviously not serious, they're not A to F, they're not 1 to 100, they're nothing like that, they're not on a ranking system or nothing like that. I'm just doing my own little Harry Potter themed rating system, and this one is actually tied into one of my top 5, which is Nymphadora Tonks. And today's book rating, let me get the book. I forgot to get the book.
Did you find it then?
No. This is the one I just finished reading. Well, one before I just reading. I got it! There we go. Woo! Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix is officially Nymphextraordinary. Again, it sounds better in my head than it does on paper. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix is officially Nymphextraordinary after Nymphadora Tonks, and it's also my favourite book in the entire series. So that's it then. Thank you very much for watching. Up next in the book series will obviously be Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button. It really means a lot, and share my channel if you really want to. That's all from me. Be safe, take care, and au revoir.